Okay, let's talk about our weather because it's been another active day. We've got more storms that are headed toward the Houston area. The only question that remains is, are they able to pick up some strength? Because right now they actually look like they're weakening a little bit as they close to you, which is good. But it's not going to take much for it to ramp up because we haven't seen any kind of storms all day long. I wanted to start with this, click two pins, because the one area we did get street flooding, well, actually we had a couple areas, but one of them was out in College Station. So AG Weather sent this in out in Bryan, and you see the street flooding. And so that was a big issue for them yesterday, and then again for today. And so we've got the street flooding. Here's our live storm tracker 2 radar. There's the flood warning that's in effect for College Station, 1,400 plus lightning strikes. We've been looking at the Houston area and everything has been nice and quiet. And when you look at the warnings are all out of our area. We have some special weather statements, but again, as I was mentioning to Daniela just a second ago, we've lost some intensity. Now, even with that loss, we do have some heavy rain that's coming down here with the special weather statement. You've got a flood advisory from Navasota that extends almost all the way out to Huntsville. So you do have some heavy rain. When you look at Livingston, some pretty consistent rains all the way down to Shepherd, but really only one lightning strike. And that extends in a little inclement weather out in Conroe, but nothing too strong. But you've got more that's moving your way. So here's Conroe, here's the Woodlands, here's Spring. Do you see what's happening in Hempstead? This is all pushing off to the east. So you've got some heavy rain, some lightning that's headed your way. There's a big gap from Hempstead all the way out to Columbus. So this is moving towards Cypress. And then you also have some storms you're waiting on here in the Houston area. But for right now, we just sit and wait and see how this progresses. And so that tornado watch is in effect till 8. Got a couple more hours left of that, but we're in the warm sector, so there's still plenty of energy here. But what we saw earlier today, when you saw the tornadoes that did form, they were along the warm front. The warm front's well away from us. In fact, most of the severe weather we're seeing now is where the warm front is, out in Louisiana. So that's good. That's finally out of here, but there is still the potential for some strong storms that are going to make it through. I want to start with the wide shot to give you an idea of what we're going to see overnight into tomorrow morning. We've got another round of thunderstorms possibly tomorrow morning into the evening time. The front finally pushes through on Thursday, so the beginning of the dry air starts to move in Thursday night, but there may be a leftover shower too. So let's zoom in and show you a couple things. When you look at the severe weather risk for tomorrow, it's along I-10 off to the south, so a little different placement. You still have the threat up to the north, but it's a little more focused off to the south. And when you look at the flash flood risk, it's really from Houston all the way out to Angleton to Galveston off to the east. And so we're really seeing, as the system moves, a different placement with these storms. And so when you look at the 10-day forecast, thunderstorms expected, possibly severe tomorrow. Another round maybe Thursday with that front coming through. It's not out of the question to see a splash and dash shower on Friday, but finally for the Mother's Day weekend, it's dry. Lower humidity. So we start out in the 50s again Sunday morning, and an excellent looking weekend. Saturday, in fact, the highs in the upper 70s, but it's going to be, looks like rough again tomorrow.
Mother Nature even knows what the mamas want, right? Thank you.